Major difference is the culture itself.
The Med is more about going from little town to little town, beautiful harbor to harbor, and doing a mix of boat and land experiences.
We mainly work in the Mediterranean before this, and I've been here a week and seen way more sea life than I have in my seasons in the Mediterranean.
That's where the difference comes in between the Caribbean and Mediterranean. The charters in the Mediterranean are more focused on what is on land. You know, I'd like to see Monaco, I would like to see Split, I would like to see historical sites. Where here in the BVI, you are more connected to the water. So I want to say, you know, if you have smaller children, you rent a beautiful power catamaran or a sailing catamaran, and you can do some fishing, snorkeling, diving, swimming. That's what I would recommend for the Caribbean in general.
As the weather warms up in the Northern Hemisphere, sometimes people are very much drawn to heading to Mediterranean areas, Greece, Croatia, Sardinia, whatever the case is. It is really important though to keep in mind, if you don't necessarily want to do a really big trip from the US, that the Caribbean still runs into June.
Go to the Med. Go to the Med because you can find amazing spots. The water color is a bit different from here, much more clear. If you like to be on shore, you have plenty to do, plenty of restaurants, shops, so you have more activities outside the boat.
It's a different climate to the Mediterranean. Here you get the high temperatures with the humidity, which is very tropical, which is a whole different experience having a pina colada here than it is if you were in Croatia. Very different experience, so it really depends if you've been to the Mediterranean before, if you've been here before. So it's altogether a very different experience.
Mediterranean is a lot more, you're on the dock a lot more, you're in towns, it's very hustle and bustle. So I much prefer the more, I like to say, like purist approach or whatnot. So obviously out here, I mean, you're on the dock on day one, and then for the rest of the week anchored in beautiful bays.
The Mediterranean is a very different atmosphere. You spend a lot of time in marinas in the Mediterranean. You know, every night you're in a new marina with stern lines, which is nice. It gives you that feeling of safety and comfort and home. You're on a marina on the hard.
In most places in the Mediterranean, it's a good 2 to 4 hours to get around, whereas here we can move to 2 islands every day.
Two totally different cultures, but come on a common ground, you know, to achieve the same thing of island life, you know, and everybody kind of takes care of one another, and that's what I really appreciate about any island life.
Sometimes it's important for the broker to tell you what you need, and that's the way to go.